will learn the continuation of the chapter pair of linear equations in two variables of class 10. So far we have learned how to solve a pair of linear equation in two variables using different method, graphical method, elimination method and substitution method. So today we are going to learn one more method, that is cross multiplication method. So this is the third algebraic method which is used to find the solution of a pair of linear equation. Now we will see how to find the solution using cross multiplication method. So let us consider a pair of linear equation. So a1x plus b1y plus c1 equal to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equal to 0. So we have a pair of linear equations in two variables. Now we are going to find out the solution, that is the values of x and y using cross multiplication method. So for that, first we have to write the variable x, y. So we have given the pair of linear equation in two variables x and y. So we will be writing x, y and 1. Then you have to start writing from the coefficient of y. So from the coefficient of y you have to write, that is b1, b2. So you have to write like this, b1, b2. Then you have to write the constant term that should be written between x and y, that is c1, c2. Then we will go to the coefficient of x, that is a1, a2. Then finally again the coefficient of y, that is b1, b2. So if you are given a pair of linear equation, first step, this is the first step, you have to write the variable x, y and 1. For all the question you have to do like this. Then you have to start with the coefficient of y, that is b1, b2, then the constant term, then the coefficient of x, then finally again the coefficient of y. Then between these numbers we have to draw an arrow marks. So why we are drawing these arrows? These arrows indicate we have to multiply these two numbers and these two numbers, and this is the second product. This second product you have to subtract from the first product. So it's meaning the arrow indicate that we have to multiply these two numbers and these two numbers. So b1 c2 and b2 c1, and the second product you should subtract from the first. So the next step, how we can write now, x divided by, you have to multiply these two, that is b1 c2, and you have to subtract the second product. Our second product is b2 c1. So you should be very careful the order in which number you are writing the first. So these two numbers you have to multiply and that number only you have to write first. Then subtraction, minus symbol, then you have to multiply these two numbers and write. Same way, y divided by, here also multiply these two numbers, that is c1, a2, and subtract this number from the first product, the product of these two, that is c2, a1. And finally we have 1 here, so 1 by a1, b2 minus a2, b1. So this is the second step. So we have to write x by the product, you have to write, and y divided by the product, and the last one divided by the product. Now what we have to do, we have to equate the first and the third ratio. From that you can find out the value of x. So x by b1 c2 minus b2 c1 is equal to 1 by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So I am equating the first and the third ratio. So from this, if you cross multiply, you will get the value of x. So x is equal to, which implies x is equal to b1 c2 minus b2 c1 divided by a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So this is the value of x. Similarly, if you equate the second ratio and the third ratio, you will get the y value. So we will equate second and the third ratio now. That is y by c1 a2 minus C2A1 is equal to 1 by A1B2 minus A2B1. So again here also if you do cross multiplication, you will get the value of y. Therefore y is equal to C1A2 minus C2A1 by A1B2 minus A2B1. So these are the values of the variable x and y. And another important thing, you need not by heart these values, x and y value. You need not by heart. You have to remember the step. First step is this. First step is that equation should be in the standard form. Standard form means this constant term, all the terms should be in the left side. So first step is the equation should be in the standard form. The next step is this diagram you have to write. Then from the diagram you have to find out the ratio. Then if you equate the first and the third ratio, you will get x value. Second and the third ratio if you equate, you will get to y value. So you need not remember this formula, by heart this formula. And another important condition here is the denominator should not be 0. If the denominator is 0, then we cannot find out the value of x and y. So if it is unique solution case, the denominator should not be 0. From this what we are getting is A1B2 not equal to A2B1. If you are bringing this minus A2B1 to that side, you will get this expression. So again from this we will write A1 by A2. This A2 we will bring it to left side and this B2 to the right side. So we will get A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. Actually we have learned this is the condition for unique solution. We have already learned the condition for unique solution, infinitely many solution and no solution in terms of the coefficient of the equation. So this is the condition for unique solution. So if the pair of linear equation has unique solution, then A1B2 minus A2B1 will not be equal to 0. Then only you can find the value of x and y. Otherwise the denominator will become 0 and you cannot find out the value of x and y. Now we will see one example. So example 14, which is given in our NCERT textbook. From a bus stand in Bangalore, if we buy 2 tickets to Malleshwaram and 3 tickets to Yeshwanthpur, the total cost is rupees 46. But if we buy 3 tickets to Malleshwaram and 5 tickets to Yeshwanthpur, the total cost is rupees 74. Find the fares from the bus stand to Malleshwaram and to Yeshwanthpur. So here we have to find the charge fare from the bus stand to Malleshwaram and from bus stand to Yeshwanthpur. So we are taking these two unknown quantities as x and y. So let x be the fare from bus stand to Malleshwaram. Similarly, we will take y as the fare from bus stand to Yeshwanthpur. Now we will form the linear equation. If we buy 2 tickets to Malleshwaram, that is 2x, and 3 tickets to Yeshwanthpur. So 2 tickets to Malleshwaram and 3 tickets to Yeshwanthpur. That is plus 3y. The cost is rupees 46. Okay, so this is our first equation. Now if we buy 3 tickets to Malleshwaram, that is 3x plus 5 tickets to Yeshwanthpur, that is 5y, then the total cost is 74. So this is our second equation. So here we got 2 equations. Now we are going to find the solution using cross multiplication method. So when you use cross multiplication method for finding the solution, the first step, the equation should be in its standard form. So first step we will change this into its standard form, that is 2x plus 3y minus 46 equal to 0. We will name this as equation number 3. And similarly, here the second equation also, 3x plus 5y minus 7b4 is equal to 0. This is the fourth equation. Now you have to remember the diagram. So the diagram is very important. I am going to draw here. First you have to write x, y and 1. Then you should start with the coefficient of y. So what are the coefficient of y in the two equations, 3 and 5. So we will start with the coefficient of y, 3, 5. Then we will write the constant term, that is minus 46 and minus 74. Then we have to write the coefficient of x, that is 2, 3. Then again we have to write the coefficient of y. So we are starting from the coefficient of y and the ending also should be with the coefficient of y. Now we have to draw the arrow marks. Now we will write the ratio. First x divided by, we should multiply these two numbers first. 3 into minus 74. So we will multiply 2, 1, 21. So minus 22. So minus 222. Then again one minus sign. Then you multiply these two numbers. Actually this number is minus 46. Minus 46 into 5. So we are going to multiply these two numbers. So you will get minus only. So 5 6 are 30, 0, 3, 20, 23. So 230 you will get. So you will get the first numbers we have multiplied and we have subtracted. Now we will write the second ratio, that is y. Multiply these two numbers first. So 6 3s are 18, 1, 4 3s are 12 plus 1, 13 and here minus sign. So we have multiplied these two numbers and we got minus 138. Then minus of, multiply these two numbers, 74 into 2. So 8 and 148. Minus 148 you will get because here you have minus sign. So minus of minus 148. Last we have 1 divided by, when you multiply these two, 2 5s are 10 minus 3 3s are 9. So now we will simplify. So x divided by, here if you see minus 222, these two minus will become plus 230. So when you subtract these two, you will get here plus 8. So x by 8 is equal to y by, here you have minus 138. These two minus will become plus. So plus 148. So here you will get y by 10, which is equal to 1 by 10 minus 9 is 1. Now we will take first and the last ratio, that is x by 8 is equal to 1 by 1. When you cross multiply, you will get x is equal to 8. Similarly, we will take the second and the third ratio, that is y by 10 is equal to 1 by 1. When you cross multiply, you will get y is equal to 10. So we got the value of x and y. So x is the fare from bus stand to Malleshwaram. So the fare from the bus stand to Malleshwaram is rupees 8 and the fare from bus stand to Yeshwanthpur is rupees 10. So this is how you have to find the solution using cross multiplication method. Now we will see the next example. So example 15, for which values of p does the pair of equations given below has unique solution? So here in this question, we are given a pair of linear equation, 4x plus py plus 8 equal to 0, 2x plus 2y plus 2 equal to 0. You have to find the value of p. The condition is the given pair of equation has unique solution. So before doing this sum, we will just have a recall of what we have studied earlier, the relation between the solution and the coefficient of the variable. So here a1 by a2 not equal to b1 by b2 if the pair of equation has unique solution. and A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2 if the pair of linear equation has infinitely many solutions, and A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 not equal to C1 by C2 if it has no solution. So these are the relations between the solution and the coefficient of the variable. Now we will do the sum. Here A1, what is A1, B1, C1 we will write. A1 is equal to 4, B1 is equal to P and C1 is equal to 8. So the A1, B1, C1 are the coefficients of the first equation, and A2 is equal to 2, B2 is equal to 2 and C2 is equal to 2. Now it is given that since the pair of equations has unique solution. So unique solution, the condition is, this is the condition, that is A1 by A2 not equal to B1 by B2. So here we will substitute these values. So A1 is 4 by 2 is not equal to P by 2. So we will simplify now. Now we will do cross multiplication. So P not equal to 4 you will get. That is for all values of P. So for all values of P except this 4. Okay, so P cannot take the value 4. So for all other values of P except 4, the given pair of equations has unique solution. So this is the answer. This is how you have to do unique solution. So except 4, if P is equal to 4, then this pair will not have a unique solution. So other than 4, all other values of P, this pair of equation will have unique solution. Now we will move on to the next question. Now next question, example 16. For which values of K will the pair of equations have infinitely many solutions? So here we are given two equations, and here the condition is when this pair will have infinitely many solutions. For what value of K this pair of linear equation will have many solutions. So infinitely many solution means this is our condition. So first we will write A1, B1, A1, B1, C1 and A2, B2, C2. So A1 is equal to K, A2 is B1 is equal to 3 and C1 equal to minus of K minus 3. Similarly, A2 is equal to 12, B2 is equal to K and C2 is equal to minus K. Now we have the infinitely many solution. What is the condition? A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. So this is our condition. So we can write, since the pair of equations has infinitely many solutions, we will take this condition, that is A1 by A2 is equal to B1 by B2 is equal to C1 by C2. Now we will substitute these values here, that is K by A2 is 12 which is equal to B1 is 3 and B2 is K is equal to minus of C1 is minus of K minus 3 and C2 is minus K. So we can cancel this minus sign. Now here if you see, all the three ratios has the value, the term K. So what we have to do, we have to take these three ratios. First we will take the first two ratios and find the value of K. That is K by 12 is equal to 3 by K. So when you cross multiply, you will get K square is equal to 36, which we can write as K square minus 36 equal to 0. So the values are K minus 6 into K plus 6 is equal to 0. That means we will get the values of K as K is equal to 6 comma minus 6. So we will get this values for K if you take the first and the second ratio. Now we will take the second and the third ratio. Now we will take second and the third ratio, that is 3 3 by k is equal to k minus 3 by k. So the second ratio and the third ratio next we are taking. Now you do cross multiplication. So 3k is equal to k square minus 3k. So now you simplify this. So k square minus this 3k also will come to this side. So you will get k square minus 6k equal to 0. So now we will factorize this, that is we will take k outside. So k into k minus 6 is equal to 0, which gives k equal to 0 or k minus 6 is equal to 0. That is we will get two values for k, that is k is equal to 0 or k is equal to 6. So we have taken the second and the third ratio and we got the value of k as 0 or 6. Now we will take the first and the third ratio, that is k by 12 is equal to k minus 3 by k. So here also we will do cross multiplication, that is k square is equal to 12k minus 36. We will write this as k square minus 12k plus 36 equal to 0. So here we got a quadratic equation. Now we will factorize this. Product is 36 and sum is minus 12. So what are the numbers? Minus 6, minus 6. So you will be learning this method in the next chapter, quadratic equation. So here we will do this factorization, that is minus 12k we can write as 6k minus 6k plus 36. So you have already learned this in polynomial chapter, splitting the middle term method. So k into k minus 6 minus 6 into k minus 6 is equal to 0. So you will get k minus 6 into k minus 6 is equal to 0. That is k is equal to 6 comma 6. So here we got three values of three conditions and we got three values of k. Now out of these three conditions, if you check which value is common for all the three cases. So which value of k satisfies all the three conditions. If you see here you got k is equal to 6. When you take first and the second ratio, you got k is equal to 6. And when you take second and the third one, you got k is equal to 6. And for the first and the third ratio also, you got k is equal to 6. So k is equal to 6. That value satisfies all the three conditions. Therefore, value of k is equal to 6, for which the given pair of equation has infinitely many solutions. So this is a very important question. So this is how you have to find out the value of k. And in my next video, we will learn the next exercise 3.5. Thank you, students.